keeping them both on? Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lancer Circle in the brand new gymnasium for tonight's matchup featuring the number 3 ranked Lancers in Division 4 and the number 8 ranked Falcons, Sheboygan Falls. I'm Logan Brooks, alongside me tonight, Jamin. Jamin, it's been a fun week if you're a Lancer fan.
Good evening, Logan. I would agree. Great win last night for our boys team. First game in the new gym. Always nice to start off with a dub. And now tonight we got the Lady Lancers with their first game in the new gym. Be nice to see how they can do tonight in their first game in this gym and see if they can repeat what we did.
Yeah, the Lancers, they've been kind of steamrolling through this first part of the season. They're 9-0. I think we're just talking pregame. They're looking like they're the favorites to win the conference championship in the Big East North. But here they have another challenge. They've had big challenges here in St. Mary's and Kewanee. But now they have Sheboygan Falls, who they've proven to be a pretty tough opponent this year.
Yeah, I agree. It may be a little early, but Lancers looking like they're going to be the front runner there. And it's going to be tough for Sheboygan Falls as they got a couple big players here seeing. But it's going to be key that they box out here tonight and control those rebounds and keep their tallest girl off of the glass.
Exactly. The Lancers, they've had a little bit of downtime over this Christmas break. They've only had one game since we all took our final exams. I was at Ozaki last week Friday. Lancers coming away victorious. Here we are again about 8 days later, and they're hoping to repeat that same success. They were able to. They played the Warriors pretty well. You know, it's kind of a hostile environment. You know, longer drive, not many people there to support, but they went in there and they got the job done.
Yeah, it's always great to go on the road and get the win, and especially those non-conference games. Ozaki being in the South. They're not in our conference, so it's nice to get those non-conference wins, and build those up towards come postseason. The committee voting on your seed and like the difficulty of your schedule, so you can get the higher seed. As the Lancers looking like they'll probably get the higher seed come postseason.
So you're probably looking at the rankings, and you're saying this might not be as evenly matched. You know, Lancers being so highly ranked, and Sheboygan Falls lowly ranked. I'm going to go through the rankings right now in Division 3 for Sheboygan Falls. Laconia is number 1. They're 8-1 on the season. They had a good season last year in Division 4, but due to the competitive balance, they got bumped up a division. Oostburg with the Ketterhagen trio, they're 9-1. That might be a game coming up in a couple weeks or in about a month or so when they do the Big East crossover game. Then you have Catholic Memorial, Edgerton, fellow Kettle Moraine Lutheran, Prairie du Chien, Elk Mound, and then finally Sheboygan Falls. So Sheboygan Falls, they're kind of in the crowd when you compare them among other Division 3 teams, but they're no joke. They are going to come out firing tonight.
Yeah, they're in a very tough division. As you mentioned it, Laconia, Oostburg, they all have really good players, some of them Division 1 athletes. As you mentioned, the twins from Oostburg, they're very good. So Sheboygan Falls knows how to play. They're in a tough division, so they're, like you mentioned, they're going to come out firing, and the Lancers just got to be ready for that tonight.
So typically we go to Max Preps website when we look at past history between two teams. I looked on the other day, I was writing the scouting report, and there is no prior game over the past 18, 20 years about these two schools playing each other. So it'll be fun to have this first clash in the school's history as far as we know. Other similar opponent results, Sheboygan Falls is in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference, so they've played teams like Brilliant and Two Rivers, as has Manitowoc Lutheran, and both teams have beaten those other schools. Other stats of interest, the Falcons, they're only shooting 36.9% from the field and 60% from the line. I think one of the biggest things you got to be worried about, put down there, they're averaging 13 offensive rebounds a game. That's going to be something that if the Lancers will stay in this and limit offensive possessions, you have to get those defensive rebounds.
Yeah, you mentioned 13 offensive rebounds per game is a lot, but number 5, Addison Schlewe, she's averaging 10.9, just about 11 rebounds per game. So she's probably got most of those offensive rebounds. If they can take her out of this game on the glass, they'll be able to control the offensive rebounds and not be able to let Sheboygan Falls get any putback points or second chance points and things like that.
Other items of interest, Sheboygan was a 3 seed last year in Division 3, and they lost to eventually a team that went to state, the Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers in the regional finals. So it kind of shows like this squad, they're kind of battle tested. They know what good teams are, and they'll carry that in. That experience is so key. And you said it before, Jamin, this is another chance for Mantle Lutheran to come out and say, hey, we've beaten this team. We deserve a 1 or a 2 seed come playoff time.
Yeah, you said it. They're in a tough division. They're going to have a number of wins here and there. And being able to beat a decent 17, 18, maybe 20-win team, that's going to be huge for the Lancers come the postseason time and the committee meeting together.
Yeah, Sheboygan Falls 8-2 on the season, 5-0 in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. We said favorites in the Big East North. Now we have favorites in the EWC, and you can definitely see that the Falcons are in that spot. They've already gone through Brilliant. They've gone through Two Rivers. The other team that's really been competitive over the past couple of years in that conference is Valders, but Valders has dropped a couple over the past couple of weeks, so that's kind of clearing the way for Sheboygan Falls to have a successful conference championship and hang a banner up in the gym down there. We now go downstairs for our interview with head coach Mike Benke.
My name is Tristan Holst. I'm here with Lancers coach Mike Benke. Coach, first time in the new gym, and you got a ranked matchup tonight. So what are some keys that your team worked on this week to prepare?
We talked about defense. They got a big girl. She's 6'2", almost 6'3". She does a really good job on the offensive boards, so we got to make sure we're boxing her out. They want to play slow. They play like 5 girls. We want to try and get up and down the floor. So we're really going to be a contrast of styles. So we'll see if we can get up and down the floor, and they're going to try and slow it down. So that's going to be the interesting part of the game tonight. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and again, the talk of the town really has been that tall girl, as she is a D1 recruit. So how important is it for your team to have that mental space in order so it doesn't affect them in the game?
Well, we talked about this week, right? One player cannot. If we're doing a good job on her, then they have other to.
Thank you, Tristan. Yeah, I think Coach Benke hit it right in the head. You got to keep Schlewe off the board tonight. And then Lancers, their bread and butter is running up and down the court, getting easy layups. So they keep doing that. They'll be very successful tonight. Stay tuned. We have some more pregame coverage, and the starting lineups. We now go to commercials.
Sponsored by Bethany Lutheran School. Bethany Lutheran School has been sharing the gospel message with the Manitowoc community for over 50 years. Come find out about the Bethany Way, where we work each day to do all things to the glory of God. To find out more information about Bethany, visit our website at www.bethanyeagles.org.
Hi, I'm Logan Brooks.
And I'm Camden Bay. And we are the officers here of the Broadcast Club at MLHS.
It has been amazing to move into our broadcasting booth in the new gym.
But we need your support.
With the move, we have equipment we need to buy to continue to bring you high-level broadcasts of MLHS sports.
If you are a business interested in a commercial or an individual who just loves our broadcasts and would like to support us, scan the QR code or go to the link on your screen to see ways you can support us.
You can also email our advisor, Nathan Gergel, for more information.
Thanks, and enjoy the game.
Sponsored by B&B Metals. Buying scrap cars, appliances, and farm equipment. If it's metal, we buy it. Call us at 920-693-8261.
Welcome back to Lancer Circle. We're going to go through some players of interest before we get tonight's contest underway. Jamin, why don't you start with Mackenzie Schrader?
Yeah, Mackenzie Schrader, she's 5'10", averaging 12 points per game, 6 rebounds, just under 4 assists, and 3 steals. But over the only averaged 7.1 points per game this last year. So she's kind of dipped in her production offensively. But just because she's not producing offensively doesn't mean her other stats don't mean anything. Just under 7 rebounds, just under 4 assists, and 3 steals. She still makes a way to impact the game on multiple levels, offense and defensively.
Yeah, and also I think one of the big conversations coming into tonight is the 6'2" senior for Sheboygan Falls, Addison Schlewe. She's averaging 15 points per game, almost 11 like you said before, 2 assists a game, 2.5 steals a game, and almost 2 blocks a game. So she's really getting it done on both ends. She scored 1,300 points in her high school career so far, which is incredible. And she is going to play Division I basketball at St. Thomas in Minnesota. Kind of seems to be a common theme. You know, we see a lot of local athletes heading out to Minnesota to play at St. Thomas. They're a new Division I school. So who do you think the pressure's on with that? Is the pressure on the Lancers to stop a Division I recruit, or is it on them to play up to the Lancers' competitiveness?
I don't think there shouldn't be much pressure for the Lancers. I mean, yes, she's a D1 recruit. Yes, she's really good. But altogether, they just got to play their basketball and be able to shut her down and things like that, and they'll be just chilling tonight. And next player, Geneva Ermis. She is the leading scorer for the Lady Lancers at 16.4 points per game and just under 3 rebounds per game. So she is one of the best players on the Lancers throughout this season. Last season, she was really good, but she's really stepped into that leadership role as a senior, being able to lead her team.
Yeah, and then the other player to watch for tonight for the Lancers, number 12, Marissa Melhorn, the junior, averaging 14.5 a game, as well as 7.6 rebounds per game. She's really good in the front court. Like, she's one of the main focal points of their half-court offense, either down to the block or on the elbows and able to attack. So she's been really good just offensively and that one go-to person for the Lady Lancers. We now go to tonight's starting lineup for the Lancers. Jamie, why don't you take us through that?
Starting lineup for your Lancers: junior Micaiah Krause, junior Lily Melhorn, her twin Marissa Melhorn, also a junior, senior Geneva Ermis, and also senior Addie Cordy.
Yeah, nice little slew of upperclassmen there. Of course, you mentioned the first 3 juniors and the last 2 seniors. They've been playing with each other for a long time. I think this is their 3rd season together. So it's really nice to see how they complement each other, how they play together, and how they develop together. It's been kind of fun to watch if you're a Lancer fan.
Yeah, over the last 2 seasons, you've been really able to see their connection and chemistry together. It'll be really fun to see how they do tonight.
Well, stick with us. We'll have National Anthem as well as Color Guard presented by Mantle Lutheran graduate Aiden Springer. And then the starting lineup. Stick with it. You don't want to miss it. Very nice presentation of our Stars and Stripes there by Aiden Springer. Thank you. Now we head downstairs for the starting lineups. We went through them for the Lancers. We'll now learn from Sheboygan Falls. Other players of interest for Sheboygan Falls, Molly Schlewe, she's averaging 9.2 points per game. Lily Gahagan, 9 points a game. Lily Rhino, 4.8. Raina Spatz, 2.7. So a little bit spread out, but they rely heavily on Addison Schlewe for sure.
Yeah, really rely on her, and especially because she's a D1 recruit, they're going to look to get her the ball, both maybe up top, maybe down low. But she's really been able to prove her game and what she can do, and the Lancers are going to have to look to shut her down.
And here are the starting lineups for the Falcons. Of course, she's been the talk of the hour, number 5, Ashton Schlewe, senior. Starting alongside will be number 10, Lily Gahagan, a sophomore. Another senior, number 11, Lillian Reinl. And then the other player to look for Sheboygan Falls tonight, number 21, Mackenzie Schrader. And rounding out, number 31, Molly Schlewe. Kind of a balanced starting lineup. You know, we talked about the Lancers are very upperclassmen heavy, but we saw a couple sophomores thrown in there for Sheboygan Falls, so we'll see how the Lancers take advantage of that youth tonight. Playing point guard for the Lancers tonight, Micaiah Krause. She's coming in averaging just under 11 points per game. The second leading scorer for the Lancers, Marissa Melhorn, averaging 14.5, as well as nearly 8 rebounds. And the final junior in the starting lineup is Marissa Melhorn's twin, Lily Melhorn. She's coming in averaging just about 3 points per game. And then the leading scorer, Geneva Ermis, averaging 16.5. And the final starter for the Lancers tonight, Addie Cordy, coming in averaging just under 9 points per game. Like I said, it's been a winter break for a long time here at Manitowoc Lutheran. Hopefully that won't affect the Lady Lancers, how they come out fast tonight or not.
Yeah, but they've been working all week long, as Coach Mike mentioned in the pregame interview. But being able to be in the gym, maybe not every day of the week, but a couple days, 3 days, 4 days out of the 7 days, that'll be huge for the Lancers to be able to prepare for tonight's game.
Well, it isn't often we say this, but it looks like there's a height advantage at the jump ball for Marissa Melhorn. Surely she's got to have 2-3 inches on her. Ball is tipped and we're underway, and it is gained by Melhorn, and we might have a jump ball right away. See what they're going to call the. Are they going to make? They're going to make Lily Melhorn jump. And lots of interesting stuff happening right away. No possession was gained, so that's why they'll have those two players jumping. Go again. It is won by Sheboygan Falls. Given to Schlewe. Kicked outside. Three-pointer is up. Off the back iron. Rebound Sheboygan Falls. We talked about those offensive rebounds pregame. Schlewe up. No good. Rebound Krause. Krause gets it to Melhorn, and they'll set up the offense. Thought about a three in the right corner. Goes up for a little floater. It is good. Micaiah Krause gets the Lancers started off strong, and they take a 2-0 lead. Great
take there by Micaiah, not shying away from the contact from Schlewe, and being able to go right up and into her is going to be a great start and give the Lancers confidence going into the paint and be able to score over the top.
Speaking of Krause, she just picked up her first foul of the night. Got a little too aggressive. It was the right ball to go and try making a play on. Just ended up hitting her across the arm. First team foul for the Lancers tonight. Schrader inbounds. Schlewe over a triple team. Three-pointer is up. Back iron, no good. Rebound Melhorn. Up the court comes Lily. Down to Cordy. Cordy to the middle of the lane. Lefty won't go. Rebound Sheboygan Falls. Right little spin move there. Just a little too much power with the left hand. Saika Hagen trying to find her options. Gets it to Schrader. Schrader goes up. Foul is called, and 2 free throws on the way for Mackenzie Schrader.
Already these first 3 offensive possessions for Falls, we've seen that the Lancers really are crashing down on Addison Schlewe, shutting her down and looking to shut her down. And Schlewe's been able to kick them out to her open teammates. First free throws off the mark.
Yeah, Schrader is we'll call it 62% free throw shooter on the year. Second free throw is up. Back iron, rebounded by Sheboygan Falls. Gahagan picks it up, gets away from Ermis, kicks it left side. Thought about 3, Schlewe down low, double teamed. Goes up to the middle. Shot is up, and a foul is called. Sheboygan Falls is doing a very good job getting down low these past possessions, but that's already 3 team fouls on the Lancers, and we're not even 2 minutes into this game.
Yeah, they're going to have to be careful there because being able in the 1-and-1 bonus with only 10 minutes to go, that's going to be kind of a backbreaker for the Lancers. Her first free throw is good.
The nice thing, I mean, you want to look at glass half full, right? The 3 fouls on Lancers are spread out between 3 different players, so no player has to worry about foul trouble just yet. Schlewe's second throw is up. Back iron, no good. Almost another offensive rebound. Nice rebound by Addie Cordy. Krause gets it right side to Melhorn. Looks high post to Marissa. Baseline drive by Krause again. No good. Rebound Sheboygan Falls. That was kind of similar to her first offensive possession. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Lancers will keep it.
That drive from Makai on baseline looks like it's going to be open pretty much all night long because they're not rotating down all the way.
Schlewe gets the ball in the front court. Kicked right side to Hagen. She drives to the middle. Pump fake. Ball is tipped away, and a foul is going to be called. And I'm not sure who Steve Walsh is going to call this on, and they're going to call it on Sheboygan Falls. They're going to get Schlewe, and if the Lancers they want to be successful, go right at Schlewe. She's their biggest weapon. That first foul, that might make her a little more cautious as the game goes on.
Yeah, really going to be key for the Lancers going right at her now as she has 1 foul. But them going into her, going to make her play cautious, as you said. Being able to get her in foul trouble will be huge for the Lancers to get a presence down low in the paint.
Melhorn draws a double team, kicks it to Krause. Krause goes baseline again. Going to kick it to Ermis. That's a long 2-pointer. It is off, rebounded by Sheboygan Falls. Ball's passed up into the front court. Shot is up, and it is good. That is Molly Schlewe, the sophomore, and the Falcons grab their first lead of the night.
Great look getting it up the court, seeing the open teammate running down the floor, and great shot fake to get him up in the air. Good 2 points all around.
Ermis kicks it to the left corner. Krause for 3. In and out, and a foul on Banky. She has been one of their pivotal rebounders over the course of the year. However, she's also been prone to foul trouble, and that's her first of the night.
Tonight, being that Addison is 6'2", she's going to have to look to get good position on her, be able to stay out of foul trouble. As you mentioned, she's one of the key rebounders, and the Lancers need her on the boards tonight.
Exactly. We learned that a lot on the guys' team. Just jumping up and trying to grab the ball, that's not going to do it. There's a 3-pointer away from Sheboygan Falls, rebounded by Ermis. You have to box out. Box out, get position. Otherwise, you're just going to get called for fouls all night long. Cordy, little trouble with it, and then a foul is called. Got tripped up. They're going to get Mackenzie Schrader for it, so that's the 2 Falcons key players, each with a foul apiece already. Inbounded to Ermis. Ermis, shot blocked. Wow, that was denial at its best. Right corner, Krause. Going to try driving baseline. She gets there again. Little Euro step blocked again by Schlewe. Her second in a matter of 15 seconds, and that foul is called. At some point, if you're Coach Mike Banky, you got to tell him, just calm down. You don't have to be so aggressive. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. 5 fouls in not even 4 minutes. 3 minutes and 7 seconds is just not going to cut it.
Already Abby Banky with her second foul. The Lancers are going to miss her for most of this first half because she really is able to lock down the middle. Pass stolen by Makai Krause. Up to Ginevra. Layup is up. No good. In and out.
Right corner, Cordy, that's a long 2-pointer. Won't go. Rebounded to Krause, but then she gets fouled right away. Falls player tried coming from behind, ended up hitting her right on the arm. That's 3 team fouls on Sheboygan Falls already.
And that foul there is the second on Addison Schlewe. That's huge for the Lancers, having her in foul trouble early. The Sheboygan Falls coach is going to have to make a decision, keep her in or sub her out.
Passes into Krause. Left corner, Ermis. Ava Vanmer is posting up down low on the left block. Said Ermis. Down low. Tried finding Krause. That's blocked again. That's Schlewe's 3rd block of the night. And up the court come the Falcons. Bobbles the ball a little bit. Krause goes to the ground. No clear possession. And a jump ball is called. Turnover on Sheboygan Falls.
Props there to Mackay for sticking with it, seeing that Sheboygan Falls lost control of the ball and having the sense of mind to get in there and try to regain possession. But all around great hustle there from Mackay.
Yeah, what's Coach Holberger saying? The guy who gets on the ground first, 90% will come out with the ball or something like that. As there's a nice bucket by Ermis. She gets in the scoring column tonight. Her first two, and now the Lancers have a 4-3 lead. Schliebe is out of the game. And another turnover by Sheboygan Falls. Just some miscommunication on that bounce pass right by half court. And the Lancers, they can go make it this a two-possession game very quickly. Lily Melhorn will bring the ball up first for the Lancers. Left side looks to Ermis again. Ermis drives to the lane. Goes up. And that was a pass or a block, not sure. And Vandermoos traveled before she shot that. Did not have the feet set. Just an odd play altogether right there. 13:43 left in the first half. Lancers have a 4-3 lead. And Ermis, when reaching, and she got penalized for it. Reach and foul, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Next foul for the rest of the half, the Falcons will be shooting free throws. That is just one thing in these big games you cannot have, and that's foul trouble.
Yeah, foul trouble is going to be crucial to this game, being both teams being ranked. Great hustle there from Ginevra, but Nair's just going to have to try to watch it here. Give it up front court, and one bucket is good.
Yeah, that's one thing. You have to get back in transition. Otherwise, they either get free layups or you end up fouling them, or both. And one bucket there by Schrader. And subs coming in for the Lancers. Dwayne and Cordy check in for Krause and Lily Melhorn.
As we've seen already, the Sheboygan Falls has been able to break through the press and be able to get the ball up fast. And one free throw is up and is good as Schrader completes the three-point play.
6-4 Falcons, 13:22 left in the first half. Right side Dwayne. Looks baseline, doesn't get it. Ermis pump fakes. Long two-pointer from Dwayne. Off the back iron. Melhorn fighting for the ball. It'll be jump ball, Falcons basketball. Not a bad offensive set there. And honestly, the Lancers, their offensive sets haven't looked that bad. They've gotten the looks. It's just they haven't gotten the jumpers to fall.
Yeah, those jumpers will fall. Just can't lose your confidence in shooting open shots. Keep shooting open shots and have the confidence that those shots will go in.
And one of the things I'm noticing early is Sheboygan Falls, they're calm in that press. A lot of the other teams Lancers will play, when they put the press on, they get very panicky. They start throwing just stupid turnovers. But the Falcons here tonight, they've been very calm. They've been able to get nice transition buckets or able to get into the front court very nicely.
Yeah, them being calm has really been able to help them break the press and be able to find open looks, as you mentioned.
Schrader stepped back and traveled in the process. Turnover Falcons. Their fifth of the night. As Ermis will bring the ball up for the Lancers. Lancers sticking to that right side of the basket a lot in this first half. Double team on. Cordy fighting for it. Jump ball. The Lancers will keep it, but that's a nice double team there. Nice defensive game plan to keep the Lancers off the blocks by the Falcons so far.
Yeah, I agree. They're really trying to shut us down as well as us shutting them down on the block. So Lancers going to have to get it down low and then kick it right back out as that double team comes and find open Lancer.
Ball goes through Melhorn's hands. It was tipped. It will stay Lancer basketball right by the bench as Sheboygan Falls. Dwayne to inbound. The Lancers up in a box in the paint. Dwayne pump fakes, gets it down. A little too low for Cordy to grab, as that's a turnover by the Lancers. Ermis applying pressure. Here comes a trap. Gahagan dribbles right through it. Left side three-pointer on the way. Off the backboard, rebounded by Sheboygan Falls. And they're going to call a travel for the jump ball, and that is the correct call. Took a step, and just no team able to establish true rhythm so far. 10 combined points, just under 6 minutes into the ball game. Trisha Kiss will bring the ball for the first time tonight. Ermis long three-pointer on the way. It is good. Rattles it home. That just gives Sheboygan Falls something else to worry about. Ginevra Ermis does have that outside shot. That's her first three and her first attempted 3 of the night. Stolen by Vandermoos. And Vandermoos got pushed right by half court. And that's another team foul, 4th on Sheboygan Falls.
That was a good shot there from Ginevra. Defense sinking in, take the shot. They keep shooting 3-pointers, and she eventually starts making them. They're going to have to start pushing out, and then once they push out, they'll be able to have more looks down low.
Vandermoos swings it right side to Kiss. Gonna look to the corner. Bounce pass low is stolen away by Schrader. Looked to be a little bit of miscommunication on the zone rotation. And an offensive foul is called. Good positioning there. And just it's going back and forth. A little game of tug of war right now between both sides. Either they're fouling, they're turning it over. Now the Lancers, Chargers are big momentum takers. Lancers can use this right now and maybe go on a run.
Yeah, props to Marissa there, getting position and be able to take the hit right in the chest. And the Lancers should look to capitalize here on this offensive possession.
Melhorn trying to find her twin sister down low. Ermis, another 3. Off, rebounded Cordy. Cordy will dribble it back out. Shot up by Kiss is good.
Great offensive rebound by Addie, and then being able to rip it out from the defense and finding the cutting Trish Kiss. And great bucket there from Trisha, stolen by Addie.
Trisha almost got away with a travel. Kicks the right side to Ermis. Ermis finds Melhorn. To the baseline she goes. Right to the block. Wide open. Easy 2 points from Marissa Melhorn. And timeout Sheboygan Falls. Full timeout. That's what we're talking about. The Lancers, they're up 1. They're able to take the offensive foul, go up and score 4 easy points.
Yeah, the Lancers really took control of that offensive foul, and the momentum is looking to start swinging towards the Lancers here as they've really taken control of the game in these last couple minutes.
Just to look at the top 3 leading scorers for the Lancers tonight, Ginevra Ermis has 5. She had the deep 3-pointers a couple minutes ago. And then Trisha Kiss and Marissa Melhorn both perfect from the field. And Marissa Melhorn also adding in 2 rebounds. So a little bit of widespread scoring right now. No one's really standing out. But as long as they can keep the pressure on and they can just keep the Falcons out of the lane, they'll be successful for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I agree. Lancers have really been able to capitalize on Addison Schliebe not being down in the paint, as they're able to get to the hoop and be able to finish. And without her presence down low, the Falcons really haven't looked like they've had an answer for the Lancers down low in the paint.
Yeah, we counted. Schliebe had 3 blocks in that first set and 10:56 to play in the first half. She is not out there. Those 2 fouls. I mean, I don't blame Sheboygan Falls head coach for being cautious. This is a game that can go down wire to wire, and you need to have your star players in those moments.
I agree with you there.
Ball gets inbounded to Gahagan as we come out of the timeout. Sheboygan Falls gets it in the front court with ease. It's Nikolai, looks right side, pressure by Melhorn. Gets inside to Schliebe, outside to Gahagan. Long 3-pointer on the way. It is good. Zingo the strings on that shot. That makes it a 2-point game. Down low, stolen away. Up the left side come the Falcons. Reinhold to the corner. Almost trapped herself, gets it down. Nikolai, passes Gahagan. Almost had a heat check there. Spats, right side, gets it back out to Gahagan. Nice ball movement here from Sheboygan Falls. And just along the perimeter here, nothing fancy. It's that Schliebe. Schliebe gets it back outside. Little game of hot potato on that left side. Down low. Ball is saved. And then a foul will be called on Molly Schliebe.
Good rotation there from Marissa on the backside. That 1-3-1, when that ball's on the opposite side, you got the opposite side, has to rotate down. Marissa being the sense of mind to rotate down at the right time, be able to tip that pass, and then be able to steal it, and then be able to draw the foul.
Abby Benke checks back into the game. She's got to be a little more careful. She has 2 fouls. But the nice thing is Schliebe is not in the game for Sheboygan Falls, so she won't have that much competition down on the blocks. Ermis, nice drive, nice adjustment. 2 points for Ginevra Ermis.
Great steal there by Addie. Addie sealed her defender from coming out to close out on Ginevra, and Ginevra able to take advantage and get right to the rim.
Falcons get in the front court again. Reinhold gets it right side to Gahagan. They're making Ermis work on top tonight. You know, being that top person in the 1-3-1 trap as Ermis goes to the basket. And that's good. A transition bucket for the Lancers.
Great steal there by Abby, and great way to get the ball up the court to find Ginevra open. Great play overall by the Lancers.
Nikolai, almost a backcourt there by the Falcons, able to establish those Reinhold. Nikolai, Benke's got to be careful. Could have gotten called for a block there. Hagen dribbles, and it'll be a turnover on Sheboygan Falls. She dribbled it off her foot. And Sheboygan Falls head coach, he looks a little upset at that. And the refs are going to confer. And it looks like they're going to stick with the original call. I think it's the correct call. I think it looked like it went off of Gahagan's foot. But I think the fans in purple do not agree with me. Left side, Krause, three-pointer on the way. That is good, rattles it home. And it's starting to be a little bit of an aerial assault here for the Lancers, as that's their third three-point make of the night. Inside, ball to the way, and a foul is called, and it looks like she did wrap around on that. They're going to get Cordy for that, and that'll be the 8th team foul on the Lancers. And this is the thing you got to be careful about. 8 minutes, 40 seconds. They're just shooting free throws. You might not realize it right away, but that allows the other team to creep back into the game.
Yeah, it really does, especially from last night as well. Towards the end of the game, Shackton was in the 1-on-1 bonus. They were able to get themselves back into the game. Rebound there by Abby, able to clear it away and find Marissa.
Krause, right side, Ermis. Tried the bank shot, no good. Rebound by Sheboygan Falls. Not a bad look there, just a little too high off the glass. Poked away by Krause. Now here come the Lancers. Now Krause almost loses it. Banky's all by herself. Down low to Cordy. Cordy to the right block, goes up, no foul called. Schlewe back into the game, grabs the rebound. Now up the court comes Sheboygan Falls. Wide open, easy 2 points for Brianna Spatz. 7-point lead for Lancers. 8 and change to go. 3-pointer away from Ermis. That is good. Ginevra Ermis is coming alive in this first half. That's her 12th point of the night already. Let's have the Schlewe. Guarded by Ermis, gets it down low. And Cordy, she went for it again, and she got called for it again. 9th foul on the Lancers. That's Cordy's 2nd foul of the night. And more subs here for the Lancers. Vandermoos and Kiss check in. And looks like Melhorn will check in as well.
These last couple possessions here for the Lancers, it looks like their defensive intensity has really picked up, and that defensive intensity has been able to lead to offensive points in the fast break and been able to seize the momentum from their defensive intensity.
Spatz shooting the 1-on-1. She's 33% on the season. In and out. Rebounded by Ermis. She's going to chuck it down court. 2-on-1 for the Lancers. Kiss goes up. And a blocking foul is called. Nice aggressive take there by Trisha Kiss. What a nice pass from Ermis. And Kiss will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, great throw there by Ginevra. Looking like a quarterback out there. And Trisha going right into the contact and be able to go up through it and be able to get the ball off and draw the foul.
Kiss, first one is good, shooting 75% from the line on the season, albeit 3 for 4. But still, that makes her 80%, now 4 for 5. As Abby Benke runs to the locker room. They just had to go fill up her water or something like that. And next one is good. Kiss is good on both free throws. Ball's passed up in the front court. Stolen by Vandermoos. Down low to Ermis. 1-on-2. Stolen away. Vandermoos comes back. Kicks it back out to Krause. Just a little too high for Krause to grab, and that'll be a turnover on the Lancers.
Ginevra there got the ball, looking like she was trying to dump it off to Trisha there. But props to the Falcons for getting their hands in there. But great hustle there from Ava trying to save the ball. Just a little bit too much on that one.
Left side to Spatz. Spatz Nikolai. Schlewy. Left side going to go to the lane. Triple teamed. Kicked out. Ermis going to try saving it. She does, and what are they going to say here? They're going to say Falcons basketball. Look from this angle, that could have been tipped. And now Melhorn will go to check into the game. She will replace Kiss. 23-11, Lancers have a 12-point lead with 7:08 to go in the first half. Lancers have built a nice lead, but as the Kewanee St. Mary games have proved, any team can go on a run anytime, and it can make the game really competitive. So you got to make sure you always keep your foot on the gas pedal at all times. Pass shot up from Gahagan. Back iron won't go. Easy rebound. And that jumper is up from the elbow. No good. Rebounded by Krause. Krause gets fouled. Spatz was trying to catch up, just could not get there in time. And it'll be 1-1 for Krause. Krause shooting 43.5% from the line this season. She's 10 for 23. The 1-1 throw is up. It's out the back iron, rebounded by Spatz. Irma still applying pressure. And a travel is called on Sheboygan Falls. You know, that's the nice thing about this full court press is that you can play a little bit of mind games with the other team, and just a simple travel right there on Sheboygan Falls.
Yeah, the last couple possessions here for the Falcons, they're pressed by the Lancers that look to kind of shake them up, and a couple costly turnovers here from the Falcons as the Lancers have looked to take advantage of here so far.
Melhorn drives. Now Ermis is going to try a fadeaway. The shot is blocked. Rebounded by Melhorn. It'll be purple basketball. Nice effort there by Melhorn. As here comes Gahagan. She's going to get into the front court. Like, gets out of the trap nicely. You got to watch out for Gahagan. She's been a sharpshooter here early. Top of the key. Ermis must have been yelling something. Right side, Schlewy. Thought about a three. Gonna try a long two instead. Out the front iron won't go. Nice rebound by Lily Melhorn. Just goes in there, no fear at all. Back the other way. Three-pointer is off. Rebound by Schlewy. They got a 2-on-1 now. Here comes Schlewy. Left side goes up. Lefty layup is no good. Rebounded by Melhorn again. Krause drives to the left baseline. Draws the double team, kicks it. Off the foot of a Sheboygan Falls player, and it'll be Lancers basketball right on the sideline.
Lancers really here, their last couple rebounds, they've been really looking to push it up the floor as the speed of their offense has been really starting to pick up here.
Down low to Melhorn. That's a good pass from Jennifer Ermis. Fake the jump shot, hits Melhorn right on the block.
Marissa not intimidated by the size of Addison. She goes right into the lane and right up over the top for that bucket.
Spatz tried throwing it off of Krause. Krause able to catch it. Right side Vandermoos. That's a long two-pointer. High arcing shot is good. Vandermoos is in the scoring column tonight. That's her first bucket. She's 1 for 1. Gets into the front court. Stolen away by Melhorn. She's got a one-on-one with Nikolai to the lane. Shot is up. No good. Rebound by Ermis. Ermis goes up, and she makes it. Timeout Sheboygan Falls. As the Lancers go up by 18, and you just got to stop the bleeding at this point, Jamin.
Yeah, the Lancers really have started to seize the momentum, as I mentioned before, as they're now, as you mentioned, they're now up 18. But the Lancers' defensive intensity has really been pushing harder and being able to help the Lancers grind out this 18-point lead.
Just look at the game stats for both sides tonight. Lancers have a 18-point lead. Field goal percentage. Lancers shooting above 50% so far. That's really impressive. Lancers perfect from the free throw line, and they're out rebounding them and not turning the ball over as much. So the Lancers, they're kind of just in the basic facets of the game outperforming the Falcons tonight.
Yeah, towards the start of the game, the Lancers looked a little bit uncomfortable, probably from Christmas break, being out of the swing of things. But now these last couple minutes, they look like they've eased into the flow, and be able to keep calm on both the offensive and the defensive side. And the Lancers are not shying away from contact whatsoever as they're going into the lane left and right, going right up through the contact. And as you've seen, they're 100% from the free throw line. They've been able to cash in on the free throws.
Yeah, going into this final 5 minutes of the first half, they talk about in football you got to control the middle 4 minutes. This is a big moment of the game for Sheboygan Falls. They can go a little bit of a run here. They have a little momentum going into halftime, and then they can carry that in the second half. If they get killed and if their motivation just get drowned right here, there won't be much. And they're going to call 10 seconds on Sheboygan Falls. Cannot get it over in time. That is their 18th turnover of the first half. Just one of the many ways in which that zone works.
Those 18 turnovers by the Falcons have really kind of taken the life out of them here so far in this first half, as the Lancers have really been able to shut down what they want to do, breaking that press.
Lancers looks like they tried running a set play at the beginning of possession. Nothing really spurned from it, as Melhorn's double team gets it to Ermis. Ermis baseline to Krause. Melhorn, three-pointer on the way. Front iron is off and rebounded by Nikolai. Ball tipped, and the Falcons have in the front court now. Down low to Schlee. Schlee one-on-one with Melhorn. That is good. Now up the court come the Lancers. Ermis. Outside, Krause, three-pointer on the way. It is good. Just another three-pointer from the Lancers. We haven't seen him much this season or last, but now the outside game really coming into effect for Manitowoc Lutheran.
The outside game has really been key for the Lancers to kind of take the momentum away from Sheboygan Falls, as that layup is off the mark. Up court, Ginevra to Ava. Ava with the layup, up and good. Great up the court flow from the pass to Ginevra to the pass to Ava to the finish and the layup. Great play all around.
Left side, three-pointer on the way. That's short. Rebounded by Melhorn. Gets it to Krause. Right short corner is Melhorn. Outside, Vandermoos wants to join the fun. That one's off. Rebounded by Sheboygan Falls. Schlewe. Up the court comes Schrader. Gets up court to Addison Schlewe. She goes up, and that is good. Just a little bit of a defensive lapse there for the Lancers. So we enter the final 2:45 of the first half. 19-point lead for the Lancers. Right side, right wing. Melhorn. A little bit slower play here. Don't need to rush anything if you're Manitowoc Lutheran here. Krause drives. Kicks it left corner. Ava Vandermoos for three. Back iron again, won't go. Rebounded by Schrader. Up the court, trying to find Schlewe. Schlewe throws it off of Vandermoos. That is a high IQ play there, and Sheboygan Falls will keep the ball.
Great hustle play from her there, realizing that she wasn't able to get to that pass, but great sense of mind to get up to it and throw it off of Ava, as Ava wasn't ready for that.
Falls inbounds. 17-footers up, no good. Rebounded by Sheboygan Falls. They basically hand it to Melhorn. Melhorn to Ermis, and 2 points. Ginevra Ermis, 16 in the first half. Just been a force so far. Gets it right. Truly knocked away by Melhorn, saving an easy bucket from the block.
Lancers have really been taking advantage of the opportunities in the fast break, as Sheboygan Falls not with a lot of players, that they're looking to get tired, and the Lancers keep pushing and pushing the ball, tiring out Sheboygan Falls, and those looks on the fast break are getting wide open as Ashton Schleely cashes in the paint.
Right side, Ermis kicks it out. Melhorn, three-pointer. It's off, rebounded by Sheboygan Falls. Here comes Falls. Schrader picks up her dribble, looking inside of Schlewe, and then a foul is going to be called on Melhorn. Yeah, it's kind of pick your poison with the Lancers. They've been doing a good job collapsing on Schlewe, but what Sheboygan Falls hasn't done yet is kicked it to a corner for a three-pointer after the Lancers collapse. So we'll see how, halftime adjustments, you get the time to see what's working and what's not. We'll see how Sheboygan Falls adjusted that.
Yeah, Sheboygan Falls will definitely look to adjust to that, as the Lancers are looking to collapse on her so that she can't get any good open looks. But then the Lancers also going to have to adjust that, knowing that Sheboygan Falls will probably adjust to that, be able to fake collapse and then being able to jump out to those shooters, but still being able to close out under control.
36-18 as Schlewe's second free throw is good. She has 9 on the night after sitting for probably over half of the first half. Shot up by Dwayne is off, rebounded by Sheboygan Falls. Into the front court come the Falcons. Schrader drives left side. Little 10-footer won't go, rebounded by Lily Melhorn, her 4th of the night. Right side, Dwayne. Looks like the Lancers trying to get a set place set up. No, Dwayne, baseline jumper, in and out, rebounded by Schlewe. 45 seconds to play in the first half. Schlewe goes up and one, yes. They called it on the shot. Schlewe, that's points 11 on the night, 6 rebounds, and she's going to go to look and make it 12.
Yeah, great take there from her, going right into the defense, and great behind the back there to get right around her defender and going right to the rim and being able to use her size as her advantage. And her free throw is up and good as she is able to complete the three-point play.
And McKenna Mendez, the sophomore, coming to the game. She's checked in after the free throw is made. And the Lancers have the ball for the final 35 here. Kiss, left corner. Melhorn all by herself. I think they want to waste a little clock here. 15-footer in and out for Kiss. Rebounded by Melhorn, stolen away. Thought she had a teammate, did not. Down low, Schrader goes up, but a travel before the shot. Just, Sheboygan Falls has been so close to getting those opportunities, but just like that, a travel's called. Different errors, if you want to call them, mental or physical, but Lancers will get the ball back here for the final 16 and a half seconds of the first half. Kiss, right side, gets it. 7 seconds to go. Krause going to try to find something. Drives, finds Kiss. Kiss, long three-pointer on the way. Out the front rim. And this will go out of bounds. Krause will try a hard heave. But at the end of the first half, the Lancers have a 14-point lead, 36-22, as both teams head to the locker room. Stick around. We'll have halftime stats, analysis. We go to commercial break.
Sponsored by Bethany Lutheran School. Bethany Lutheran School has been sharing the gospel message with the Manitowoc community for over 50 years. Come find out about the Bethany Way, where we work each day to do all things to the glory of God. To find out more information about Bethany, visit our website at www.bethanyeagles.org.
Hi, I'm Logan Brooks.
And I'm Cam Nimbe, and we are the officers here of the Broadcast Club at MLHS.
It has been amazing to move into our broadcasting booth in the new gym.
But we need your support.
With the move, we have equipment we need to buy to continue to bring you high-level broadcasts of MLHS sports.
If you are a business interested in a commercial or an individual who just loves our broadcasts and would like to support us, scan the QR code or go to the link on your screen to see ways you can support us.
You can also email our advisor, Nathan Gergel, for more information.
Thanks, and enjoy the game.
Sponsored by B&B Metals. Buying scrap cars, appliances, and farm equipment. If it's metal, we buy it. Call us at 920-693-8261.
Welcome back to Lancer Circle, where the Lancers have a 36-22 halftime lead. Just a look at some game stats so far. Lancers shooting 45% from the field. It kind of dropped a little near the end. They went on a little bit of a cold streak, but still 45%. If you're Coach Bank, you cannot be complaining about that at all. 67% from the free throw line and 19 rebounds for the Lancers. But I think an even bigger number than all those, 7 turnovers. That's really good if you're, from a coaching standpoint, from a fan standpoint, even from a player standpoint. They've been keeping really good care of the ball tonight.
Yeah, Lancers over the last couple of games have kind of been a little bit careless with the ball and thrown it away a little bit more, but they've really honed in on keeping possession of the ball and making the right pass, making the good pass, and just taking the obvious pass. Like there's been a lot of passes where they've just passed it right to the teammate that's right next to them instead of making the skip pass when they don't need to. And sometimes that skip pass leads to a turnover, what the Lancers have used to done. But this game, it really looks like they've honed in on keeping possession of the ball and been able to minimize those turnovers.
Yeah, looking at the stats for Sheboygan Falls, Addison Shliwi, the St. Thomas commit, 12.6 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field, 80% from the stripe. But she's kind of been the lone horse for the Falcons tonight, as behind her, Liga Hagen, 3 points, Mackenzie Schrader, 3 points, well below what she'd be for her season average. Brianna Spatz, 2 points, and then Molly Shliwi, 2 points, but 7 rebounds, kind of like, I'm going to assume sister or cousin. Both of them are working very hard on the boards tonight. But again, for the Falcons, the exact opposite of the Lancers. They've turned the ball over 19 times so far. What do you think they have to do in order to minimize the turnovers in the second half, Jamin?
Well, it really looked like they've kind of got sped up by the press more towards the second half there of that first half. They were kind of making passes way too far when they weren't taking the pass that was right there in front of them, and then Lancers were jumping that pass. So Sheboygan Falls is going to have to look to make the easy pass and be able to just stay under control.
I think another thing, this would be a much more competitive game. It's just Sheboygan Falls, they've been shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. I mean, we saw that near the end there, the simple travel at half court, the travel down on the block. If they can take those away, they can get back in this game. Like, that's going to be the message in the locker room right now. This thing is not over.
Yeah, it might be 14-point game. That doesn't mean really anything because no lead is really safe because any team can catch fire from, doesn't always have to be the three-point line. They can catch fire from the defensive end. Then the fire from the defensive end can lead to their fire on the offensive end. So Sheboygan Falls just got to stay confident and just can't back down.
Looking at the leading scorers for Lancers here in the first half, Geneva Ermis, 16 points on 54% from the field. I feel like kind of her and Derek, the seniors in this new gym, kind of introducing the next era of Lancer basketball. Monstrous first half for her. She's been everywhere. Three-point line, down low, in transition. She's just been a really big tool.
Yeah, really good from her being able to be offensive end and defensive end. She's had lots of steals and good defensive pressure from her. Also with 3 rebounds here in the game, she's been able to help out on the glass as well.
Micaiah Krause, she has 8 points at the half, 50% from the field. She has 2 3-point makes. She's one of those people where she's able to be a shooter, but she can take a drive. We saw it early in the game on those baseline drives. It was probably 2 or 3 possessions in a row. Just right baseline, able to draw all those Falcon defenders and able to kick. And she's shooting 50%, so she's very efficient at it as well. And then rounding out the leading scorers, Trisha Kiss, 4 points on 33% from the field. Coming off the bench, more of a role player, but able to make her time count. Yeah,
it's really crucial that players coming off the bench don't just go out there and lollygag, but able to make their presence felt, as Trisha's has made her presence felt here in the first half. And be able to keep that up from everybody on the bench, not just Trisha, but Ava's made her presence felt with 4 points. And also Abby Banky, kind of a little bit of defensive pressure there, but she kind of found herself in foul trouble, so she's going to have to look to keep herself out of foul trouble here in the second half to make more of a presence felt.
We now go downstairs for an interview with Coach Mike Banky.
I'm here again with Coach Mike Banky. Coach, your team there got into foul trouble early, so what are some things that you points?
Yeah, we had some bad closeouts, some bad rotations to kids that we don't really necessarily have to guard that tightly. We want those kids to try and do something with the ball when they catch it. So we had some bad closeouts there. We talked about that at halftime. We'll try to clean that up here in the second half. And we got to do a better job. We can't block 5-shot. So when she scores, we got to get the ball, inbound it, and beat her down the floor. We need her to play end-line to end-line to tire her out.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, what's another thing that you told your team in order to maintain this lead and keep the pressure on?
We talked about the first 3 minutes and energy, right? It's all about mindset, right? So for us, coming out here, it's mindset. It's can we run our defense? Can we rebound the basketball? Can we get out and set the pace? If we can set the tone early, we'll be just fine.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach. Back up to the booth.
Thank you, Tristan. Yeah, talking about the blocked shots. She had like a streak. It was probably about 3 inside of a minute, just block shots. And, being tall helped with that. But the Lancers, you got to be a little bit smarter. You have an opponent taller than you. Maybe throw a pump fake, maybe go to lane. I mean, she's got 2 fouls. You can go right at her. Maybe get her out of this game sooner in the second half than later.
Yeah, early on in that first half, her presence was definitely felt there down low. Lancers weren't really, well, I shouldn't say that. They were looking to get down in the paint, but they weren't taking good, clean, calm shots as to compared towards the late part of that first half. She was not in the game when the Lancers took control of her not being in the game and being able to get right to the rim on multiple occasions. But as you mentioned, the Lancers can't back down from her, so they're going to have to go right into her, as with 2 fouls, getting her into foul trouble, maybe add 1 or 2 fouls, and then she'll be right back on the bench, and then the Lancers can definitely seize control of this game.
Yeah, just looking at some scores today and last night in the region, St. Mary Springs took down Lemira 56-55 in a thriller at Lemira last night. Howard's Grove took down New Holstein 44-30. Those are teams that are in Manitowoc Lutheran's region. Cedar Grove, Belgium had a 7-point win over West Bend West. Partyville with a 66-39 win over Horicon. Roncalli struggled against Kohler as Kohler took home the 83-51 victory. Random Lake 61, West Bend East 44. St. Mary's Catholic, one of those ranked teams we're talking about, they had a close one with Brillion, a team who Manitowoc Lutheran handled in the season opener, 63-57. And then Markuson took down Waterloo 53-34. We're starting to get to the fun part of the season. You talk about bracketology and seeding and how your opponents in other parts of the conference or in the area are doing. We said at pregame, the Lancers, they have built enough of a resume, obviously, since they're 9-0, that they can easily get a 1 or 2 seed and then begin to make that playoff push, and who knows, maybe a sectional or even a state run like volleyball.
Yeah, during volleyball, that was one of the most fun times I've ever had, going down the stadium there and watching them play. Great job from them, come out with the win. Great to see those girls use their God-given abilities to really take control and be able to come out with the state win. But Lady Lancers really also have potential, as you mentioned, to go far, maybe even go to the state championship and win both basketball and volleyball. But Lancers really have dominated here in the first half of the season.
Other girls Division IV action in the area, Okano took down Peshtigo earlier today, 61-51. And right now, Kiwani is taking on Southern Door in a Packerland matchup. I believe the Lancers had the possession arrow to start the second half. Not many jump balls in that first half. Both teams were able to keep it out of each other's hands. Simultaneous possession, of course. Looks like both starting group for the Lancers ready. Sheboygan Falls has just come out of the locker room with 40 seconds to play. Must have been some extensive conversation happening at halftime. There's 35 seconds till the buzzer, and Sheboygan Falls is just coming onto the court.
Yeah, Sheboygan Falls coach probably had a lot of things to talk about, probably maybe some of the things that we talked about. But one thing that will probably change for Sheboygan Falls is Addison Schlewe is probably going to look to be more aggressive on the offensive end, because in the first half she was in foul trouble and trying to play cautious. But here in the second half, she could play carefree and be more aggressive to go into the paint on the offensive and defensive glass. So Lancers going to have to be ready for her intensity.
Yep. There's the buzzer for halftime. And I was wrong. Sheboygan Falls will start with the basketball. As ball is inbound and the second half is underway. 18 minutes to go. Schrader down to Schlewe. It's like Hagen for 3. That is short. Only hit the net. Out of bounds in Lancer basketball. Now that's a good defensive possession you want as Lancer right away. You're keeping the ball out of the inside and forcing a tough shot from the arc.
Yeah, keep the ball out of Shaleely's hands and get it to her teammates and let her teammates make a play. And if I'm Mike Banky, I'm able to live with that.
Shot is off by Melhorn, rebounded by Hagen. Looks like a lot of contact, but a turnover by Sheboygan Falls. Krause looking over her options. We'll just pull it back out. Melhorn skips it over Krause. Gets it to Ermis. She was hot from behind the three-point line first half. Left corner, Melhorn. Skip pass, Krause. It is off. Fights for her own rebound. Ermis actually gets the rebound, and she's good. Ermis, 2 points early in the second half already.
Great hustle from the Lancers. Once that first missed shot went up, Falcons rebounded. Geneva able to poke it out, and then Geneva there hustling for the offensive glass, get the rebound, as again she makes another hustle play, getting the steal. Addie Cordy goes up, and ball is knocked out of her hands as the Lady Lancers will retain possession.
Yeah, just not even with the press, but just easy passes. Lancers able to get out. They know their assignments, they know their lanes, and they're able to flow very nicely. That one, oh, Micaiah tried a LaMelo ball play right there and able to make it work, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
That play there is huge because that now is the 3rd foul on Addison Schleely. As again, now she might have to play a little bit more cautious, but she only has 3 fouls. She's got 2 more to give, but with 17 minutes left, that might be kind of a problem here for her.
First free throw by Krause is good. That makes her 1 for 2 in the night. Her first was a miss on a 1-and-1. Zach sends the Lancers lead to 17. Second shot is up, and it is good. Krause's 2 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. Hagen gets it back over to Schrader. Schrader gets down. Schlewy tipped away by Melhorn. And the Falcons will inbound underneath their own basket. Lancers doing a very good job honing in. They know, obviously everyone in the gym knows who they want to get the ball to. And Melhorn follows her assignment very nicely, keeps the ball in number 5's hands. 3-pointer on the way from Falls. It is good. Lillian Rhino, the senior, able to cash in a 3-pointer, cutting the lead to 15. Melhorn finds her sister. Down low, throws it off the leg of a Falcon. Marissa able to make something out of nothing. And they'll inbound from the right side. This Krause will take it out. Lobs into Ermis. Ermis back to Krause in the corner. Down low. Ball is tipped away by Schwili.
That entry pass there, the Lancers got to look to put a bounce pass there. Pass over the top to Schleely. She's able to use her size and connect on the bucket there. But that entry pass is going to have to be more of a bounce pass, as Schleely's heights will start to be a problem here.
Melhorn's jumper is off. Schleely to the basket, won't go. Rebound, Marissa Melhorn. That's her 6th of the night. Ball's tipped, but the Lancers will be able to keep it. 15:51 to play here in the ball game. Lancers have a 13-point lead, 40-27. Lancers setting up a little bit of a low look. Left side, ball stolen away. 1-on-1 to the basket, and the layup is good. Molly Schwili able to have a nice little transition bucket there. Now a foul is called on Gehagen. That'll be the 2nd team foul on the Falcons in the second half. That's Gehagen's first in that, so that's one of those starters that isn't in as much foul trouble.
And that's good to have a starter that's still aggressive, but also able to control her fouls. But that'll be good for the Sheboygan Falls here to watch that. Lily Melhorn, 3-pointers off the mark. A little bit too much on that one.
Up the court comes Schrader. Able to break the press very nicely. Right side. Gets down to Schwili. To the lane she goes. Kicks it. Now back out Gehagen. 3-pointer on the way. Off the rim. Takes a couple bounces. Schwili tries saving it, but she stepped out of bounds. Oh. I guess not. Looks like the ball hit the baseline apparently before Schwili went for the save. And the Falcons will keep the basketball. Banky will check in for the Lancers. As Cordy checks out. Ball into Schwili. Schwili goes up left side. Shot is good from the left block. She's just been a dominant force on both sides of the block tonight. Melhorn finds Ermis 6 feet away. Bank shot won't go. Rebounded by Banky. Banky goes up. Banky's no good. She gets her own rebound. She's one of those rebound machines we're talking about. Melhorn dribbles outside. Gets it to Banky. Banky just chucks it at Krause. Down low, Melhorn wide open from the block. It is off. Rebounded by Krause. Krause goes up, and Krause's good. What effort by the Lancers in that possession. 3 offensive rebounds.
Great hustle from both Abby, from Marissa, from Lily. Able to crash offensive glass, be able to get the second chance points, as the Lancers have to keep looking to crash offensive glass, as the Falcons have not looked like they're boxing out very well. Corner 3 is off. Rebound Marissa.
7 rebounds for Marissa Melhorn tonight. Lily Melhorn to the lane, goes up, and it is good. Transition bucket. That is her first points of the night. Hagen gets over Schrader. Lancers being a little more lax in the backcourt now. Schlieve down low. Shot is up, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Benke. That's her 4th of the night. Right corner to Ermis. Ermis passes it, stolen away. Gehagen gets it. Up the floor. Reinl goes up, no good. Rebound of Marissa Melhorn. Lily Melhorn able to get out of it, gets it to her twin sister. Down low, short corner to Ermis. Ermis to Benke. Benke right by the basket. Schwili steals it. I don't think anyone really knew what was happening down there. And here come the Falcons. Schrader to lane, goes up, rims out. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Let's see who they grab here. And they're going to get Abby Benke for it. That's her 3rd personal. Just one of those fouls that, you're being aggressive. You're trying to play hard, get the ball. Her hand just crossed as the first free throw is good. There's substitutions for the Lancers. Cordy, Dwayne, and Vandermoos check in for Ermis, Lily Melhorn, and Abby Benke. Second free throw is up, and it is good. Lead stands at 11 for the Lancers. 44-33, 13 and change to go. Crowds right side to Dwayne. Cordy posting up down on the right block. Ball's poked away, stolen by Gehagen. They're going to quick jump ball, and it'll stay with the Lancers. Timeout Mike Benke. He had 5. He'll burn his first one.
That pass there down to Cordy looked like it was kind of a little bit forced, as the Falcons had kind of 3 players in that area, but kind of moved the ball around, and the Lancers being able to move the ball around as they've had multiple open looks. So the Lancers got to keep moving the ball around the arc, punching gaps with the dribble, and then sometimes passing it inside and then kicking it back out to shooters. That right now is the Lancers' strength against this Falcons zone defense.
That's one other thing I've noticed. The Lancers, when they catch the ball on the block, they like spinning to the inside instead of spinning to the baseline. And I think Sheboygan Falls adjusted well to that. You saw that in the last post up by Cordy. They're shading her baseline side so that she can't catch it down there and then do the spin. So nice little game planning you're watching there from Sheboygan Falls, as Lancers will inbound from the sideline. Set series of screens here, and Melhorn will catch the inbound. Skip pass over to Krause. Very patient with it. No need to rush anything. Dwayne fakes, finds Vandermoos. Vandermoos for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Here comes Gehagen for Sheboygan Falls. Down low, outside. Schwili for 3. It is good. And just like that, the lead is cut down to single digits. The lead stands at 8 now. And Schwili coming alive, 19 points now.
Yeah, like we said in the halftime show, Shalili is much more offensively looking to get a bucket. Her intensity is definitely picked up, not being in foul trouble.
Turnover Lancers, tried a little dump pass. Up where it goes Gehagen, and it rims in, able to just catch the lip of the rim. And now it's only a 6-point game. Stolen by Schrader. To lane they go. A little bit of a step through, no good. Rebound by Krause and a foul. Yeah, Sheboygan Falls went on a little bit of a run there. We were talking, no game is out of reach at halftime. And now Sheboygan Falls, they just made it 2 3-pointers away from a tie game.
Yeah, with the 3-point shot and just the evolution of players' skills, no lead is really ever safe. And Sheboygan Falls has really been able to ease in to the second half. Good adjustments by their coach. And Lancers going to have to look to stay more under control. As the ball gets into Cordy, she is fouled, and she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Cordy shooting an even 50% from the free throw line this season. Looking for her first points in the night. First free throw rims in, it is good. Gotta say, in this new gym, we shoot free throws every day at practice, and there have been some of the most frustrating rim outs ever on these things. The second free throw is up, and it is good. Cordy has a perfect trip. 46-38, 11:41 to go. here in the ball game. Back over to Schrader. Schrader gets down to Schwele. Schwele from the block, no good. Nice defensive pressure there as Melhorn grabs yet another rebound. Krause finds Cordy, ball poked away. Vandermoos gets it. Get over to Melhorn. Melhorn, left corner, Ermis. Fake the bounce pass. Right side, Vandermoos. Skip pass, Melhorn to Ermis. Ermis, three-pointer on the way. Short, rebounded by Sheboygan Falls. Up to Schwele. Schwele down to Molly Schwele. Shot is up and it is good through the contact. No foul is called, and now the Lancers, they want to get up and run. Gets to Cordy. Cordy spins to the baseline. Goes up, and a blocking foul is called.
That now is going to be the 4th personal foul on Addison Schleely with just under 11 minutes here. That is a backbreaker for the Sheboygan Falls Falcons, as their best player by far will have to sit on the bench in foul trouble.
Yeah, I don't really know what either the Sheboygan Falls team or fan base is complaining about that. That was an obvious body. I mean, Cordy did sell it a little bit. That's what you got to do when you have a player in foul trouble, and an offensive foul will be called. Cordy got a little too aggressive with the seal, it looks like. And they will get Cordy for that foul.
Addison Schleely had the right play there defensively, but she has to give Cordy space on the spin. And if she just comes flying in there and runs right into her, even though she might be straight up, that still is a body foul, and that might be what they saw and what they were calling.
Schrader drives, steps through, gets down low, ball poked away, stolen by the Lancers. Ernst will slow it up. Is Vandermoos in the right corner. Finds Krause. Cordy looking for position, and it is just stolen away. A little bit of miscommunication there by the Lancers. Let's have three-pointer on the way. It is long, rebounded by Melhorn. That is her 10th of the night. Vandermoos to Cordy. Cordy goes up. Is he going to have a blocking foul called before? Wait.
Looked like Theo Hochmuth there, ran out onto the floor.
Oh.
Ref able to stop that there, but Theo was one heck of a character.
Ball full of energy. I mean, I'm not sure who that helped or who that hurt on that play. This ball gets inbounded into Ermis. It's the Banky. Banky's got to be careful here. Shot by Melhorn is good. Lefty layup is good.
Good position there from Marissa to seal her off to the outside, and then great sense of mind by Abby to turn around and get the ball to Marissa in good position. Great play. Ball is stolen away by Ginevra. Up to Abby. Three-pointer by Lily. Just in and out.
Gets her own rebound, though. Who they're going to get here? Are they going to get Molly Schwele? Yep. That's her 3rd personal. And the nice thing is, Lancers, they will be in the bonus for the rest of the game. 16 fouls on Sheboygan Falls. Left side, Krause for 3. Short. Rebound to Lily Melhorn. Out of bounds, Lancer basketball. Good look there from Krause, just maybe a little bit rushed. As Kiss will check into the game for Melhorn. 8-point lead for Manitowoc Lutheran. Well, able to get Hagen. Sheboygan Falls trying something different. They're putting someone in the middle of this trap. Schrader goes. Can get into Schwele. Schwele gets it to Gehagen. Gehagen, long three-pointer on the way. Rims out, rebounded by Nikolai. Had it for a second to Schrader. Schrader, right block. Gonna go up and good. Very patient, very methodical in her ways, and that's an easy 2 points for Schrader.
That double team was there on that rebound, but she was able to split that double team in great step through for the 2-point bucket.
Ermis throws it away. And here comes Sheboygan Falls. Upton Spatz. And Spatz traveled. Everyone wants a foul. Aren't going to get it. Calls made from the backside referee. Sheboygan Falls coach once again not happy with the decision there. Melhorn almost got away with a push off there. Right side. Melhorn goes down to Kiss. Kiss fighting for the ball. Gets it to Benke. What a pass. Krause, three-pointer to the right corner. It is good. Rattles it home. And maybe the Lancers have a little bit of breathing room now.
Great assist there from Benke. Getting the loose ball and then immediately finding her open teammate. As Falls have been leaving her open here, she's been able to cash in.
And the answer from Gehagen. What a shot in rhythm. Leads at 6. Kiss, a long two-pointer. It's short. Rebound, Benke. Fight for the jump ball. And it'll be Falcons basketball. 51-45, 7:54 to go. The question is, how long do you sit Schwele?
If I'm Sheboygan Falls, I maybe see how the game goes on. If the Falcons are able to play as they've been playing here the last couple minutes, I'd say give it some time. Let them keep playing, because the Falcons so far have been able to hold their own without their star player in Addison Schleely. So if I'm the Falls coach, I give it a little bit of time. But once this thing gets out of hand, he might have to make the decision to put her in.
Poke is held by Krause. Krause left corner. Melhorn, long two-pointer. It is short. Rebounded by Sheboygan Falls. Stolen back by Melhorn. Melhorn to Krause. Krause goes up, and it is good. Versus Melhorn everywhere on those plays. Sheboygan Falls looking to recover. Drive by Schrader. Schrader down low. Shots by Schwele, and a foul is called.
That was a good rotation there from Trisha. Just she came in with her hands swinging, and just ref saw that and called the foul.
Nice thing is that is her first foul of the night. Yeah, Addison Corey's got to be careful with her fouls, as that first one goes no good. Makai Krause has 2, and this is a game, like we said, go down the stretch. You want to make sure you aren't just leaving any fouls out there. You got to make sure that none of them are stupid enough that you're going to be regretting them later. Second free throw is good, cutting the lead to 7. Left side, Ermis. Finds Vandermoos top of the key, and a foul is called. Looks like they're going to get it for a hand check. That's Gehagen.
Lancers are officially now here in the 1-on-1 bonus. So Ava will go to the line, shoot the 1-on-1.
Vandermoos only 0 for 1 for free throws on the season, so she hasn't had many opportunities to do so. Just like we said, Schwele checks into the game. And if you're the Methuen, it's got to be like a shark smelling blood in the water. Like, you just got to go at her and hopefully draw that 5th foul. Free throws off. Rebound by Schleely. Up to Gehagen. Gehagen gets trapped in the corner. Kicks it. Molly Schleely down to Spatz. Spatz, long two-pointer. Off. Rebounded by Melhorn. It's to Ermis. Ermis. Cordy able to get it. Lefty layup. No good. Schleely fighting for it. She's got to be careful. Shot up. And Schleely comes down with it.
That last rebound there by Marissa, that puts her up at 11 rebounds, so great work from her on the glass.
Three-pointer on the way, short. Rebounded by Schleely. She's going to drive, going to take medium jumper, no good. There's a save attempt is there by Reinl. Out of bounds as you touch it. 6:30 to go. Lancers 53, Falcons 46. Krause will bring the ball up the floor for the Lancers. Ermis, long three-pointer on the way. It's off. Rebound, Reinl. As up the floor come the Falcons. Right side, Reinl. It's a Schleely. Gonna drive down to Addison. Addison goes up, and it is good. That puts Addison Truly at 21 points, 8 rebounds in the night, and it's a 5-point game.
Good play from her being a triple team there, but she's able to use her height, and she doesn't bring the, once she catches that entry pass, she's able to keep the ball up high. Addie Cordy drives baseline, and she scores. Great drive from her. But when she got that ball, she kept it up high and went right up to the rim. Great play from her.
Yeah, there might be some easier buckets down low because Truly's got to play very cautious, as seen in that last play by Addie Cordy. Shot from Gahagan, in and out. No foul called on the rebound as Marissa comes down with it. Ball is thrown over the head. Turnover, Lancers. Maybe a little less careful they've been in the second half. But with 16 turnovers for the total game, 9 in the second half, 7 in the first half. But we still have 5:17 to go. Gahagan drives right side. Behind the back, long three-pointer on the way. It is good, rattles it home. Gahagan has been a machine from behind the three-point line tonight, and now it's a 4-point game, chipping their way back into it. Baseline drive by Marissa Melhorn. Ball off the foot of, I believe that was Molly Schweely, and that's an inbound from the right block. The Falcons' other scorer, Mackenzie Schrader, checks into the game. Yeah, this is the point of the game where, just so you're not following, forcing free throws near the end, the Falcons have got to go, otherwise they're going to have a rough end of it. Schweely stands up tall, not getting a foul, and as Cordy misses. Up the court. Shot is up by Rhino, and it is good. It's a one-possession game. Krause going to pull up for three on a dime. It's off. Rebounded by Cordy. Melhorn slows it up. Left side, Krause. She's going to drive. Oh! That is going to be the 5th foul on Schweely. She is done. That is, when you have your first 4, you got to be careful with your 5th. You could tell she was trying. And the Lancers are going to be very lucky for these next 4 minutes and 24 seconds, as Addison Truly is fouled out with 21 points and 8 rebounds on 50% from the field.
It definitely looked like she was trying to get out of the way once she saw Micaiah coming, but good props to Micaiah, noticing that she has 4 fouls and going right into her.
Micaiah Krause will go to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. This can push the lead to a 2-possession game. First free throw in and out. Banky almost got away with a foul there. It's through from Gahagan to take the lead. It's off. Rebounded by Schweely. Right side, Schrader. Pump fakes a 3. Drives to the lane. Goes up. And it is good. Right through the contact. This game is tied at 55. 4 changes to go. Krause drives to the lane. Gets to Ermis. She's double teamed. Now back to Krause in the lane. Right block. She's triple teamed. And a jump ball is called. It'll stay Lancer possession. But this is not the game we would have envisioned coming down the stretch that we would have at halftime, Jamin.
No, I definitely did not really see or envision the game being tied up, because the Lancers really towards the end of that first half, they had taken full control, both offensive and defensively, that they've been able to control the game. But so far in this second half, the Sheboygan Falls Falcons really have come to play and are back now in this ballgame.
But look at the leading scores for the Lancers here. Jennifer Ermis, 18, not as on pace. Micaiah Krause, 17, Marissa Melhorn, 6. So these are the players to look to as we go on the stretch here with 3:53 to go. For future notice, conference games will start back up again after winter break. The guys will take on Reedsville Monday night, a rematch of the playoff football game from just a couple months ago. And then the girls will head to Reedsville on Tuesday night as well in that Big East North Conference clash. Lancers basketball. Melhorn inbounds it to Benke. Benke gives it back to Melhorn. Goes up. No foul called on the ground. And it'll be Falcon basketball. Good effort there by the Falcons to get on the ground and get the ball back. And they have an opportunity to take the lead for the first time since 4-3 earlier in the game. Student section coming alive. Shot is up, and it is off by Schrader. Rebounded by Benke. That's her sixth. Here they go, 3-on-1. Lancers, Melhorn goes up, and she's off. Rebound by Sheboygan Falls.
That was a good move there from Lily. Pump fake and then going up and under. Just not able to finish the layup there. Oh, Marissa had great position there. You and me both looked at each other. We thought that should have been a charge.
Yeah, that's one of those 50-50 gray area calls. She looked very set. She was leaning, however, and sometimes it's kind of like when you're setting a screen. If you have that lean, the refs might go the other way. Doesn't hurt the Lancers too much. It's only the fourth team foul of the half. They have something to give. Falcons having troubles inbounding it. They do get it in. Spatz gets the inbound. Down low. Schlieve wide open. Misses it over the rim. Rebound by Dwayne. Melhorn drives the lane to the right block. It is good. Lancers take back the lead on a Marissa Melhorn layup.
The Lancers want to come out here towards the late stretch. They're really going to have to attack the paint because Falcons do not have a paint presence right now in the game.
Melhorn grabbed another rebound, but it was followed by a turnover, and the Falcons are going to get a second chance.
That's the right idea there from Marissa, but at this point in the game, just take it slow. That's something that you can live without. Just bring the ball up the floor and just be calm and collected, because at this point in the game, they need to have possession of the basketball.
57-55 with 2:46 to play. We go to commercial break. Hi, I'm Logan Brooks.
And I'm Camden Bay. And we are the officers here of the Broadcast Club at MLHS.
It has been amazing to move into our broadcasting booth in the new gym.
But we need your support.
With the move, we have equipment we need to buy to continue to bring you high-level broadcasts of MLHS sports.
If you are a business interested in a commercial or an individual who just loves our broadcasts and would like to support us, scan the QR code or go to the link on your screen to see ways you can support us.
You can also email our advisor, Nathan Gergel, for more information.
Thanks, and enjoy the game.
Sponsored by B&B Metals. Buying scrap cars, appliances, and farm equipment. If it's metal, we buy it. Call us at 920-693-8261.
Welcome back to Lancers Circle. Lancers lead by 2 with 2:46 to play. There's a back-and-forth game, not really a back-and-forth game as in the scoreboard, but as in momentum and possession. Both teams in the second half have been a little bit lackadaisical with the ball. And that being said, the Falcons, they've made it a game. I mean, we thought they were down and out back in about the middle part of the first half, but they've fought back hard. Shreely, even though she's fouled out and didn't play much of the first half, what an effort from her tonight. As the Falcons look to maybe push us to overtime, maybe even take the lead here in the late goings of the game. Drive by Shreely to the lane, goes up, and it is good. Tie ball game at 57. Benke tries throwing it. It's turnover. Gahagan. She's got Melhorn. Tries Ewing. Reverse layup. Oh my goodness. What a move by Gahagan. And Sheboygan Falls has the lead once again. 2:18 to play. Left side, Ermis. She's going to drive. Picks up her dribble. And a foul is called on Schrader. As it'll be more bonus throws for the Lancers. Ermis shooting her first free throws of the night, surprisingly. On the season, she's a 71.4% shooter. So if you want anybody at the line right now, it is Ginevra. First free throw is good. 1 point game. Some Lancers in foul trouble on the floor. Cordy with 3, Benke with 3, as second free throw is good. Just gotta be careful. You do not want to get Sheboygan Falls in the bonus, otherwise you're just trading free throws. Spatz, right corner, three-pointer for Rhinal. Airballs it long. Gets it to Gehagen. Gehagen, pull-up jumper off the back rim, no good. Rebound Banky. Gets up to Krause. Krause up to Ermis. It is good. Way to run the break by the Lancers. And Ermis gives Lancers the lead once again.
The Lancers' strength is really running the floor in the fast break. And way to run the floor right there. From the rebound to the pass to Mackay, and Mackay to get it up to Ginevra.
Three-pointer is good by Reinl. Sheboygan Falls taking the lead once again. This is the ranked battle we were looking for. Turnover by the Lancers. Right side, almost a carry. Spats able to keep the ball on the ground. To the corner. Reinl, and a timeout, a smart timeout by Sheboygan Falls. As with that three-pointer, 62-61. What a game it has been this past 5 minutes, Jamin.
Yeah, the Lancers really looked like they started to back down from Falcons' momentum, and the Falcons really have seized the fact that the Lancers are kind of throwing away careless passes, not cashing in on open looks as they were in the first half. So Lancers really have to be keen on ball possession and then getting quick, easy buckets, but then also being able to play straight-up defense so that they don't put the Sheboygan Falls Falcons on the free throw line in bonus, as free throws in a late kind of game come in clutch if you're able to cash those in.
Yeah, we were looking at the turnover battle. The Falcons, they're on pace to go for 35, 40 turnovers. They're keeping down. They're only at 25 for the total game right now. But the Lancers, they threw away 12 turnovers in the second half. So that's been one of the reasons why the Falcons have been able to get back in this game and have the lead here with a minute 19 to go. Schrader to inbound, looks right side. We'll see how Sheboygan Falls plays. Do they look for more buckets or do they play the time game? Gehagen. Back to Reinl. They're going to keep it along the arc. I don't see them passing it inside at all. They keep it by the 10-foot volleyball line. The Lancers have to send pressure. Gehagen, nice step through. It is good, three-point game. And Krause was out of bounds when she caught it, or Benke was over. I think Krause's out of bounds. And a turnover by the Lancers, and a costly one with 57.7 to go.
Those are the mental mistakes here in the late game that are going to cost the Lady Lancers, as that one right there, they are now down 3, and now they give the Falcons ball possession, and now the Falcons can go and take this game to a 2 possession.
I'm not sure if Steve Walsh was calling an over the line by Benke or an out of bounds on Krause. Regardless, you just got to slow up the momentum, make sure that you know where you are on the court. I said Nikolai, no reason to shoot here, and then here comes the intentional fouls. Ermis fouls Nikolai, it looks like. Only the 15th foul on the Lancers. They got one more to burn before the bonus. It's Ermis' second of the game, so she can also burn some as well. Ball gets inbounded in. Schwili out of bounds. Turnover on Sheboygan Falls, and the Lancers look to go down and maybe tie this game. Because if you're Coach Bank, you got to look to have one of those set plays where if the three-pointer is open, sets up for a three-pointer, take it. But if not, have an option down low. Ermis gets it to Krause. Krause to the corner to Melhorn. Melhorn crosses. Ermis, three-pointer for the tie. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound by Schrader. And another foul.
That was a great open look there from Ginevra. They got the defense flowing to the one side, and then the skip pass. Ginevra just not able to cash in, but great play there from the offense, being able to shift the defense. Shift the defense.
Lancers looking to defend their perfect record so far, 9-0, looking to make it 10. Sheboygan Falls looking to push the record to 9-2. This is definitely worth the price of admission tonight, Jamin. This has just been a great girls high school basketball clash.
Great game all around from both teams. As the Lancers, they took control in the first half, but here in this second half, it's been all Falcons. They've been taking control from the minute the second half whistle blew till the final 30 seconds here. The Falcons have owned the second half. They've really taken advantage of the Lancers' careless turnovers, as they're up to 13 second half turnovers compared to in the first half they only had 7. So turnovers do make a huge difference, as the Falcons were able to take control and seize the opportunity from the turnovers.
Looking at the fouls here, Lancers, their next foul on the Falcons will be a 1-and-1 shot, unless it's on a shooting foul. But any foul in which the Falcons win, that's a guaranteed 2 free throws for the Lancers. So maybe that's something you're looking for. You're looking for an attack, and you know that you're going to go to the line and shoot 2 if you get fouled. We'll see how they decide to play it. The one thing is you cannot do if you get an offensive possession, you cannot rush a three-pointer. You got to make sure you get something set up, and make sure it looks good. The last thing you do is rush an air ball, make a weird rebound, and then you have no shot at all after that. All pressure in the front court here for the Lancers. Ball is inbound into Schrader. Trap is on by Melhorn and Ermis. Schrader steps through it. And Krause right there, and a jump ball. What positioning by Micaiah Krause, knowing where Schrader's going to step through. And the Lancers will have a shot with 27.8 to go. Krause to inbound. Finds Melhorn. Left side, Krause, deep three-pointer for the tie. It's off. Rebound to Cordy. Cordy goes up. It is good. Timeout, Mike Banky.
That is the bucket there the Lancers were looking for. A quick bucket on the inside to make this a one-score game, so that now any shot that the Lancers make, if they're able to stop the Falcons from scoring, any shot that they make, they'll be able to take the lead and be able to come out with the win. But that was a great overall play, great hustle play from Cordy, getting the rebound and going right back up, in for 2.
Yeah, Cordy, she has 6 on the night now. She had 4 before that shot, but that, when we look back on this game, win or lose, that was a big shot. That was exactly what he wanted. Krause not able to make the 3, but he had enough players in position to get an offensive rebound and get an easy 2 points. 1-point game. If you're the Lancers, you have to foul right away. I'm not sure how much you look for a steal here. There's just not enough time to permit it. The question is who you foul. Looking at the free throw numbers for the Falcons tonight, you probably go for someone like Spatz or Gahagan, who haven't shot any free throws tonight. And they've also been their main ball handlers as well. Possession arrow is pointing towards Sheboygan Falls, so any jump ball, it will be Falcon basketball. But I think that's not one of the top concerns for the Lancers as of right now. 20.6 to go. Nikolai to rebound. Gets it into Gahagan. Gahagan to Schrader. No fouls yet from the Lancers. Skip pass thrown. Nikolai on Lancers. They got a foul here. They have to foul as Melhorn gets a blocking foul with 11.2 to go. That's 9.4 seconds off the clock, and that's 9.4 seconds very valuable for the Lancers.
That's too much time there the Lancers gave. They probably should have fouled close to right after she inbound. I get trying to play the ball, trying to get a steal without the foul, but getting a foul early and stopping the clock early gives you so much more time to work with.
First 1-1 is good. A lead stands at 2, 65-63. Second free throw is up off the front rim. Rim by Ermis. They got 10. They got to go. Krause. Timeout called by Mike Banky. Who knows what happened had he not called that. And a full timeout here by Manitowoc Lutheran.
Great timing on that timeout. If he had called that timeout a second later, it would have been Falcon ball as Micaiah threw that out of bounds, looking to Abby, but Abby cut instead.
So the question here is, they're obviously drawing something up in the huddle right now. Do you take the 2 and go for overtime, or do you look for the win?
I would go for the 2 and get the tie, because in this close of a game, as the Falcons have had the momentum this whole second half, you want to get something to take it into overtime and to try to get your feel back in the time of overtime, but also maybe have a 3-point look in that same 2-point play, so that if they cover the paint, then you can kick it right out to the 3-point line and then go for the win. But Lancers, obviously in anything, they need a bucket here.
The thing that you have to do here is, unless Coach Mankey's telling you something different, you have to get a shot off with about 3 or 4 seconds left, because you need to allow for a chance to get an offensive rebound. If you can get an offensive board, you got to foul. You got to give yourself enough time. You can't be shooting the ball with half a second left. So you got to make sure clock management. It's kind of hard because the Lancers have not been in many of these scenarios. But it'll be ever important as Melhorn look to inbound. Gets into Krause. 7 seconds to go. Down low to Cordy. Cordy goes up. It's good. Tie game with 3 to go. And the referees didn't seem to listen to the timeout calls by Sheboygan Falls. As we have OT.
Great play there from the Lancers. The whole defense went up to Micaiah. She's kind of been on fire all night, and then Micaiah firing it down low.
Hang on. We might have some late game controversy like we almost did last night. So I saw, obviously, some Sheboygan Falls players were calling timeout. Are they going to grant a timeout?
Looks like they grant the timeout to Sheboygan Falls.
Oh, my goodness. Are they? Well, the question is how much time do you put back on the clock? How do you? I'm sorry. I don't agree with this. I'm sorry. I just don't know how you can let it run to 0 and then add time and not even. I don't know. I've never seen this before. Maybe I should read up on the MLHS rulebook.
Lancers now in this play just guard everything towards the basket they're defending, because if they're not going to get anything off except a half-court shot, and especially do not follow the shooter. If they follow the shooter, that would be a really bad play. Just got to play everything in front. Do not let anything get behind.
Well, the question is, how do you play this in Mantle Lutheran? So they're setting up in the front court. If I was Lancers, I'd just put one person maybe by the the circle at half court, and then just stop a roll from happening. We'll see what happens here. Hopefully a shot doesn't develop. This will be one for the record books if something crazy happens here. Schrader looking, nothing setting up, gonna throw it in. Gonna try and over the dude perfect style. It won't matter. 65-65, we have OT here at Lancer Circle. What a game between two ranked behemoths. Yeah, that is a confusing end of the half there. I don't know what happened. Too bad we don't have like those NBA post press conferences with the officials, but I don't know. Nice thing is we have, I think it's 4 minutes more basketball, correct?
Yes, 4 minutes.
4 minutes of more basketball.
4 minutes on, yes.
Nice thing is the fouls stay the same. If you're a Lancer fan, Shuley cannot come back into the game. She has already been disqualified. But now that you have some more time, there's some other Falcons you got. Schrader, she's got 3. Gahagan, she's got 3. Molly Shuley, she's got 3. I mean, there's so many options. Even if you don't get it done in the first overtime, you can do things that'll set up the next overtime as well. So you just need to go at them in this overtime period.
Yeah, Lancers kind of looked like they shied away from going into contact. Some of their inside shots looked like they were falling away. But they just got to keep going into them, and especially getting to the free throw line. Make the Falcons follow you one more so you can get into the double shot bonus. And coming down to the end of OT, if you're up with the lead and you're shooting automatic 2, that is huge for the Lancers. And especially with Adish and Shlili not being in this overtime sequence, is also a huge X factor that the Falcons will not have.
Both Lancer teams engaging in some overtime activities the past couple weeks. The boys had an overtime battle with Kiel last week. Final score of that, kind of funny enough, it's kind of close. Kiel was able to prevail 67-65. Will Franzen was almost a hero in that game as well. His shot just went off too late. Melhorn faced a Shuley at half court at the beginning of the game. She'll face one in overtime as well. As Lancers win the tip, gets up to Ermis. Ermis one-on-one, going to find Melhorn driving to the block. It is good. Lancers able to score very fast, as that gives Melhorn her double-double. 10 points, 13 rebounds. Gahagan, left side. Gets it up. And Cordy, yep. Cordy went into her for that basketball. Just one of those tough calls you want to go for. You're trying to go straight up. But the other player does have the right to the ball as the offensive player. Now going to the line will be, I believe will be Nikolai for Sheboygan Falls. First free throw, the 1-and-1 is up, and it is good. Lancers 67, Falcons 66, 3:43 to go.
This entire overtime, remember, both teams will be shooting free throws pretty much on every defensive foul.
Second free throw is off, rebounded by Schrader. Schrader goes up, and she's fouled in the body. It's one of those tough calls on offensive rebounds. Can't do much about it, just so much contact down low. Now Schrader to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws guaranteed. First one is good. Second free throw is up, and it is good. Falcons had the lead. 68-67, 3:41 to go. Melhorn brings it across half court. Gonna find Ermis on the left side. You can't settle for anything here for the Lancers. Down low, Cordy. Cordy goes up. Cordy gets fouled. Hit across the arm. And Cordy will have the opportunity to go to the line and maybe take this lead back.
That was the right call there. Cordy did not get space once she caught the ball. So props from Cordy catching the ball and going right up, knowing that she was going to draw the contact there.
First free throw is good. Shooter's touch right there. Cordy's now 3 for 3 from the line tonight. 68-68. Lancers in the double bonus for the rest of the way. Falcons will be 2. Second free throw is good. 69-68. Lancers adding Cordy some late game heroics. Gets across to Schrader. Gonna drive. He's top of the key, Gahagan. Gahagan. Yeah, that was a travel. Obvious travel there. Try getting away with one of those NBA gather steps. Steve Walsh not going to let it fly. 3:13 to go. If you're Lance, you still got to be aggressive here, but not overzealous. Krause, top of the key. 3-point on the way. Short. Rebounded by Cordy. Tries tipping it back. Rebounded by Krause. Inside. Banky tries going up. Banky is off. Rebounded. And a hold is going to be called on. Let's see what they get on this. They're going to get Cordy. That is the correct call. The Sheboygan Falls player grabbed the ball, and Cordy just too late trying to get that basketball. That's her 4th. And 2 free throws coming up.
Abby on that catch down low. As soon as she caught it, probably should have gone right up with that, as she did have position, but because she waited, it gave time for the defense to collapse on her. And then she faded away on her shot. That probably should have gone into him. Probably could have drawn the contact, either gotten an and one, or she most definitely would have gone to the line for 2 free throws.
First free throw rims out. It's no good. This one will be for the tie. Shots up, and that's short. Rebound to Banky. Those are big 2 free throws right there. Gets back to Krause. Left side, Ermis. Ermis gets it to Banky. Banky shot up. Won't go. Rebounded by Nikolai. Not the look the Lancers looking for there. Gets up head, almost thrown away. Good reaction there by Rhino. Rhino gets to Nikolai. Nikolai inside to Schrader. Schrader gonna drive, goes up with it. Off, rebounded by Shreely, and it is good. 70-69. Falcons take back the lead. Here comes Krause, full head of steam. Left side down low to Melhorn. Melhorn to Krause. Krause goes up. She misses. Rebounded by the Falcons. That's a tough shot. Left side trying to use the right hand.
Costly misses here back to back by the Lancers. 2 open looks, 1 rush shot, and that one just not enough touch there on the glass. Lancers going to have to step it up on the defensive side here to get the ball back.
70-69, minute 48 to go. Gahagan, looks like the Falcons are just in true clock mode. Schrader top the key. You got to get a trap, you got to get a steal. No fouls yet. Pass over the top, Schrader. Schrader inside to Nikolai. Ball stolen by Ermis. She's going to slow it up, and now she'll get up to Banky. Banky picks up her dribble, gets inside to Melhorn. Melhorn to the lane. Blocked. Gets her own shot back, though. Outside to Krause. Outside Ermis. 3-pointer. Off. Rebound by Melhorn. They'll slow up again. They got a minute to go. Melhorn finds the other side to Krause. Redemption. Yes.
Great find. Great cross-court pass from Lily. Great cut there from Micaiah. That is a huge bucket.
Now if you're Lance, you cannot foul. It's like Gahagan. 3-pointer on the way. Breaks out the iron. No good. Rebound Krause. Now the question is, when will the Falcons start playing the foul game? And there is the foul.
Good play there from Abby. No need to push the ball up the floor and get a bucket. When you have the lead in a close game, they're going to follow you. Just keep possession of the ball and wait for them to come follow you, or try to play the keep away game. But either one of those plays worked, as now she will go to the free throw line for 2 free throws.
Benke shooting 50% of the season. First one is off. Would have been a nice one. Would have made it a field goal game. Makai Krause giving some encouraging words down there. 27.8 to go. Lancers hold a 1-point lead over Sheboygan Falls. Second free throw is up. It's good. 2-point game. Both teams do have a timeout. They get 1 for each overtime period. Here goes Gahagan. Gahagan dribbling. Picks up her dribble. Finds Schrader. Schrader to the lane. Gonna go up. Off the rim, no good. Marissa Melhorn the rebound. As a jump ball is called. That is good patience there by the Falcons. Correct color. Besides that, Falcons have it in prime position. Almost caught Benke sleeping too. 3-pointer on the way. It's long. Rebound, foul by Melhorn. 6 to go. They got a foul. There's a player on the floor. Looks like injured player Schrader is down. Thinking that rebound exchange got a hit to the face, as we'll take a step aside.
Sponsored by Bethany Lutheran School. Bethany Lutheran School has been sharing the gospel message with the Manitowoc community for over 50 years. Come find out about the Bethany Way, where we work each day to do all things to the glory of God. To find out more information about Bethany, visit our website at www.bethanyeagles.org. Sponsored by B&B Metals, buying scrap cars, appliances, and farm equipment. If it's metal, we buy it. Call us at 920-693-8261.
Hi, I'm Logan Brooks.
And I'm Camden Bay. And we are the officers here of the Broadcast Club at MLHS.
It has been amazing to move into our broadcasting booth in the new gym.
But we need your support.
With the move, we have equipment we need to buy to continue to bring you high-level broadcasts of MLHS sports.
If you are a business interested in a commercial or an individual who just loves our broadcasts and would like to support us, scan the QR code or go to the link on your screen to see ways you can support us.
You can also email our advisor, Nathan Gergel, for more information.
Thanks, and enjoy the game.
This looks like the injured player, Schrader, able to get to her feet. She is slow to walk off, though, with the trainer. But so they're going to stop play. They didn't call the foul either, which is a little surprising because, yeah, this might be a conversation. They stopped the game before the foul. Is that what they're saying, Jamin?
Yes, that is what it looks like. But Lancers will still retain possession. The ref stopped. I think ref stopped play once he saw the injured player.
Gets it in, and a foul is called. 2.3 to go. These are some big free throws. This can put the game away for good. Question is, do you make the first and miss the second on purpose? Krause 2 for 4 in the night. Make that 3 for 5. 3-point game here for Manitowoc Lutheran. Second one is up. And it is good. And that is all she wrote, as there's a timeout by Sheboygan Falls.
Those 2 free throws there put the icing on the cake, as looks like the Lancers here with a 2-possession game with 2 seconds left. I don't know what Sheboygan Falls can do to stop it, as they also have no more timeouts remaining. So
Yeah,
once the Falcons get off a shot, whether it goes in or out, it might be game over.
yeah, I kind of mean this jokingly, but if I'm the Lancers, I don't even leave the huddle, because you don't want to foul. You want to run the risk of fouling it on a 3-point attempt. And even if they do make it, you don't have to go grab the ball before the 5 seconds. So it's all. This is just trying to wait it out, I guess. Just a look at the top 3 scores from Lutheran tonight. Jennifer Ermis, monster first half, really good second half, 22 points. Micaiah Krause, 20 points. Addie Cordy and Marissa Melhorn both had 10. Marissa Melhorn, 10 and 15 tonight, though. She was a monster on the boards. Just a full team effort, 4 players in double figures. That's what you want to see. .3 to go. Falls will inbound from the opposite baseline. Hagen gets it in. You're going to try a chuck. And it'll land in Micaiah Krause's hands. And just like that, the Lancers get out unscathed. They take down number 8 Sheboygan Falls 74-70 in a thriller in overtime. Stay tuned as well. Post-game analysis, post-game interview, and much more.
Sponsored by Bethany Lutheran School. Bethany Lutheran School has been sharing the gospel message with the Manitowoc community for over 50 years. Come find out about the Bethany Way, where we work each day to do all things to the glory of God. To find out more information about Bethany, visit our website at www.bethanyeagles.org.
Hi, I'm Logan Brooks.
And I'm Camden Bay. And we are the officers here of the Broadcast Club at MLHS.
It has been amazing to move into our broadcasting booth in the new gym.
But we need your support.
With the move, we have equipment we need to buy to continue to bring you high-level broadcasts of MLHS sports.
If you are a business interested in a commercial or an individual who just loves our broadcasts and would like to support us, scan the QR code or go to the link on your screen to see ways you can support us.
You can also email our advisor, Nathan Gergel, for more information.
Thanks, and enjoy the game.
Sponsored by B&B Metals. Buying scrap cars, appliances, and farm equipment. If it's metal, we buy it. Call us at 920-693-8261.
Welcome back to Lancers Circle. Lancers victorious tonight, 74-70. And just an amazing game, really. You can't ask for it any better. A little bit of controversy along the way, but the Lancers able to limit Division I recruit Addison Schlewe and get her out of the game soon enough, and that was able to be enough for the Lancers tonight.
It was huge for the Lancers being able to shut her down, even though she might have had 21 and 8. But being able to get her into foul trouble early, that really paid off for them. And then be able to also get her in foul trouble in the second half, that also led to them being able to come back. But then the Falcons were able to keep a run without her in. But then once she came back in, Lancers were able to get the 5th foul on her. And then with her being out for overtime, that really was a huge loss for the Falcons, but really also big advantage for the Lancers as they were able to squeak out a win.
Yeah, some stats of interest here in our wrap-up. Lancers out-rebounded the Falcons 49-40. And also threw less turnovers, 20-29. As for shooting percentages, the Lancers shot 41% from the field as opposed to the Falcons' 42%. But both teams shot around that 25%, kind of evened out. Lancers shooting 22% from the field, and the Falcons shooting 27% from the three-point line. And free throws were kind of similar. Lancers shooting 87%, but the Falcons shot 55%. So it was all pretty even by the end of it all. We now go downstairs for an interview with player of the game, Micaiah Krause.
I'm here on the court with Micaiah Krause. Micaiah, congratulations on a great game tonight. You had a great 21-point game. And I just want to ask you, what are some things that your teammates did to help you get to where you need to be?
just one player game. We had actually just heard in the locker room like rebounds and 1.5. Absolutely amazing. Out-heighted almost. I never had 20.
Thank you, Micaiah, and thank you, Tristan. Yeah, Micaiah, she hit those really clutch free throws at the end there. Put the game out of reach for good. 2-point game. There was less time. But those are the definitions. That's what good teams are. That's what playoff caliber teams are. Those teams that are able to hit the free throws, hit the big shots near the end of the games.
Yeah, free throws towards the end of a game, and it's particularly a really close game. Those are really huge, being able to knock down those free throws. And she was also able to knock down threes from beyond the arc, same with Ginevra. Both of them coming in huge also from the three-point line, as they both shot 33% from the three-point line.
Yeah, and we're going to look at an unsung hero as well tonight. Addie Cordy, she only had 10 points. I say only because, there's more players with more than her. But she had that big shot near the end of regulation to make it 63-65 off the miss. And that kind of kick-started how the Lancers kind of ended that game tonight.
Yeah, we both looked at each other and we said that was probably the biggest shot of the entire game, because the Lancers, they were down by 3 with, about 20 seconds off the miss from Micaiah. That was a huge shot for the Lancers, being able to stick around and being able to keep it at one possession game. So then once they got the ball back, they could go up and take the lead, but then also able to force OT.
Just looking at the schedule at a glance for the Lady Lancers, as much as we love our new gym, they're going to be on the road a little bit for the next couple of weeks. They play at Reedsville Tuesday night in a Big East-North clash. Then they'll play Winnebago Lutheran here next Friday night, January 10th, 7:30 tip time. Then they're on the road at Hilbert, on the road at Elkhart, on the road at SMC, and on the road at Mishicot as they go through this Big East-North schedule. So, good and bad things, you're not at home. But this is like the heart of the schedule where if you want to go Country Conference Championship, these are the games which you're going to go do it.
Yeah, and it's also especially going to be hard having this many away games in a row, having to go into enemy territory and having to fight there, not on your home floor, where the gym there can be much louder and much more able to affect your game as opposed to being here playing on our home floor.
Yeah, we're looking at that WLA game with Winnebago Lutheran next week. Last year they went down to WLA and were able to beat a team who was then ranked, but then they get them back at home this year, so there's that boosted confidence, especially with this win too. This is a big win. I mean, the computer, when it does the seeding at the end of the year, that really helps a lot. So just some big non-conference games. Those are resume boosters we talked about, and those should play key come mid-February. 74-70, the final score here at Lancer Circle. Lady Lancers able to grind out a state-ranked win. As for me, I'm Logan Brooks.
And I'm Jay Minot.
And we want to thank you for watching Lady Lancer basketball. Good night, everybody.